Hey there, we're back with another video. And today I decided to deviate from the norm a little bit. So just because I'm bored, I figured I'd give you guys a tour of my gaming setup. So I have a total of, I think, 7 or 8 systems, both regular consoles and handhelds. And so I'll be going through each individually as well as the glossing over the games that I have. So let's get started. So for starters, we have this 50-inch Vizio Smart TV. It's actually a pretty good TV. It's got great color production. It's only full HD, but it still looks really crisp and sharp. The sound is okay. It does get loud, but there's not a whole lot of bass to it, which that can be forgivable. It's integrated speakers on a flat screen TV. Most flat screen TVs don't really have a very good integrated sound. It would be nice to have a sound bar, but from what we got so far, it does the job. That's the most important thing. Moving on, underneath the TV, we have my Wii U. Yes, I'm still using a Wii U, and I still use it quite a lot to this day. Yeah, it's a great console. It's a shame that it didn't do as well as Nintendo would have hoped, but hey, at least we got the Switch out of it. And speaking of the Switch, here it is. We have the Switch Lite here. I actually did a review on this not too long ago. You should check that out. It's a pretty decent review. I didn't mention in that video, this is my girlfriend's, not mine, but we do share it just because she doesn't use it all that often. And yeah, it's a fantastic console. Nintendo really hit the ball out of the park with this one. I haven't used it a whole lot, but from what I've used it for, it's pretty damn good. So on the top left side of the shelf, we have my girlfriend's PlayStation 4. She absolutely loves this thing. She uses it. She uses it religiously, and yeah, it's a fantastic console. I also have one too, but it's not in the living room, and we'll be showing that later on in this video. Down on the bottom left, we have my PlayStation 3. I absolutely love this thing. It is one of my favorite consoles of all time. It has so many great, super cheap games nowadays, and it is a fantastic multimedia system, especially if we're going to play Blu-rays on it, which is what I primarily use it for. Well, besides gaming, of course. So right in the middle of the shelf, we have this little basket. This is all my girlfriend's games and movies and whatnot. And on the bottom of the middle row, we have the original Xbox. This thing is a beast, just because of how big it is, and also the fact that it was the most powerful console of the 6th generation. I would like to do a review on this eventually. I'm not entirely sure when, but it'll make a pretty interesting video. I love the Xbox. It's got probably the best third-party games out of the 6th generation, just because they clean up a lot better on a HD TV. So yeah, be on the lookout for the review for that, hopefully soon. On the top right section of the entertainment center, we have the Xbox 360. I don't love it as much as the PS3, but it still has some very, very good games on it. And yeah, what else can I say? It's a fantastically made system. And finally, on the bottom right, we have all of my games. I have quite a lot. I think my biggest collection is my PlayStation 3 games, which, if I were to guess, just eyeballing it, I'd probably say a good 15 titles. That's just all my physical games. I have plenty of digital games, but we're not going to be getting into that today. So yeah, we have PS3 games, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4, where there's a very small collection of Wii U games down here as well. And then we have a small collection of Wii games and miscellaneous games like Nintendo DS, 3DS, and a single lonely PlayStation game. Oh, and a Mario amiibo. Can't forget that. Moving into the bedroom, we have the secondary setup, which has my girlfriend's gaming PC, which is an Alienware. I think it's an Alpha. It's from 2014. We don't use this a whole lot just because it is very old, and I think the hard drive might be dying because it is very, very slow. Needless to say, we need an upgrade, which, I'll be building a new computer for both of us in the near future, whenever I have time and the money to do it. And then we have my PlayStation 4, which I haven't really been using it a whole lot. Not entirely sure why, but it's still a fantastic system, and I absolutely love it. I am very excited for the PlayStation 5. Oh, I want one so bad. And then down here is the Ultimate Windows XP gaming PC, which unfortunately is still out of commission. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing with this thing, but once I figure it out, you'll see a video on it for sure. I also have a shelf in here with some more games as well as my movie collection. You'll also find some PC games in there too, which I don't have a whole lot of PC games. I'm mainly a console gamer, but I have a few. We also have my Nintendo GameCube and PlayStation 2. They're currently in the closet right now just because I don't really have a whole lot of room to have them plugged in all the time. But whenever I want to play them, they're just sitting here in the closet ready to go. And finally, we have my Nintendo 3DS. I absolutely love this thing. I do think that the Nintendo DS was a little better, but the 3DS still has a fantastic library, and plus it's backwards compatible with DS games, which is a big plus. Be on the lookout for a review for this eventually. Right here is my trusty Nintendo DS Lite. I've had this one since 2010, and it still works perfectly to this day. I don't use it a whole lot, mainly because I use my 3DS for DS games nowadays, but I still use it occasionally for Game Boy Advance games. Well, I think that's it. Let me know what you guys think about it, and I'll see you guys next time.